All right. So today we are talking about really something very simple, how to make more money. This is simply how to make more money here at Park Lane. And there are two ways in order to do that. One, of course, is to sell more. The other one is to build a team so that not only do you make more on the part where you're selling more, but that you are then earning overrides on the people that you recruit and the people that they recruit. And that also starts earning you the many bonuses that Park Lane provides as you are doing that. So that's what we are going to be talking about today. So if you are looking to make more money, you came to the right training. And I'd be interested to know, do you want to sell more? Do you want to build a team? Or do you want to do both? Let me know in the comments which of those plans you would like. Sell more, team build, or both. And while you answer, I am going to screen share so that we can go ahead over to our comp plan, because you cannot make the most money that you can here at Park Lane without knowing what's available to you. So this is a really important, this is one of the most important trainings you're going to attend here. All right, so let's head on over to our Park Lane back office. And here in the field interface, we're going to the download section. Now, there are multiple places that you can find our comp plan, but I find the easiest one to be under business tools and then compensation plan. All right. And if you know you're going to want to come back to this or you're going to want to print it out, just write down compensation plan / downloads, because the minute this is over, you won't remember that part. Okay. So here is our comp plan. So if you are a stylist, can you please comment stylist so that we know how many of you are currently stylists and therefore could move to branch director? So let's take a little walk through the comp plan. Another reason this is so important to do is when you perhaps have come in directly appointed, which we have a few recently, it's important to know what the procedure is to get to where you were assigned to and beyond, so that as you build a team, you'll be able to communicate this as well. Okay, so stylists earn 30% commission on their personal sales. You do get hit with an extra 2% when you have personal sales of accumulated 5,000. And whenever that happens, if it happens in your first month or second month, you hit that 2% raise. Otherwise, it just hits whenever you get there. So most of you that have joined us recently have come on as stylists, and some of you that have been here a while are stylists. All right, so the way this brochure works is up at the top, it tells you what you get. Down the bottom, it tells you how to get to the next place. So to get to branch director, it's simply one qualified recruit. So it's really a two-step process. Step one is that you need to have a Park Lane month. You know what Park Lane months are, right? They start the first Thursday after the last Wednesday of a month, and then they end on the last Wednesday. So you need to have 1,000 net and non, and then you recruit someone who sells 1,000 in their first 5 weeks. If for any reason the month that they do their 1,000, you aren't active yet, you need 300 net in that month. And then you will promote to branch. Branch directors, give yourself a shout out if you are a branch director. Branch directors, go ahead and comment branch. Branch directors get a big fat raise on their personal sales, 35% commission. So that is jumping up from 30 to 35%. $1,000 show earning $350 instead of $300. There is this like weird little graduated override that goes on your team. That is not the most exciting part of this raise, if I'm being honest. The 5% on your personal sales is easily the best part of this raise. It also does start your eligibility for the Mercedes car plan, and you can start tracking that as well. Okay, so let's take a look at area leader. We are going to do some real world numbers of our team as we walk through these numbers. I just want to do the overview first. Okay, so to area leader, to go from branch to area, you just need 3 additional new team members. So one of those 3, we're talking about when it says 3 new, it means that of these 3, one of them's not the person who got you to branch. Okay, that's like a person. Now you need 3 new people. A minimum of those 3, one of them has to be recruited by you. The other 2 can be recruited by you, but they also could be recruited by the person who got you to branch. They also could be recruited by you, and then the next one is recruited by that person, and then the next person is recruited by the person after that. So one of them has to be yours. We have many areas that simply do all 3. And I would say many of our areas did 2 more, and then one of those promoted to branch. So 3 more, and then your team sales all together, of course, those new people have to qualify. And in 1 month, you need those 3 new people active, any 3 new people active, and 5,000 net sales. And then you're going to jump up to area. And here's where you're going to see a humongous addition to your compensation. So our area leaders earn 40% commission. That $1,000 show, you're up to a $400 paycheck. Where are our areas? Go ahead and comment. That was a lot of potentially New York accent words right in a row. Where are our areas? Where are our area leaders? Go ahead and give yourself a shout out. Area leaders are earning 40% commission, and then this gargantuan increase in their team overrides. They earn 10% on stylists on their team. 10%. You have a stylist that does a $1,000 show, that's $100 for you. That's a lot of money. You earn 6% on branches and the people under those branches. That's another nice hit that you're getting to your check. There are annual bonuses that are available to areas as well. I have found that by the time any area would have possibly earned that, they're already divisions anyway, but that is there. And you're going to see that that's just a tremendous difference in the raise. Okay. So now, how do we get to division leader? Division, you reach, go ahead and give yourselves shout outs, divisions. Division, you reach by your team and personal combined sales reaching $20,000 over a 2-month period. So that means you can have a $12,000 month and an $8,000 month. You can do 10 and 10. You can do 16 and 4. Any combination that gets you to 20,000 over a 2-month period. And in that same 2-month period, you need to have 4 active leaders. So 4 branches or areas or any combination of that. And when that happens, you promote to division. All right, so that's the one that Isabella's doing literally right now. So the 4 branches are active. She still has even new stylists joining on, which are those launches are going to help impact that 20,000, and she'll promote to division. So here's our division leader structure. Divisions now bump up. Here's another 45%, you guys, another 5% going up to 45%. And now look at the jump on the overrides. 15% on stylists instead of 10. 8% on branches and their teams instead of 6. And if you have areas and their team sales, you're going to earn 3%. Now, additionally, there's monthly recruiting and sales bonuses. Any division that has 10 personal and team qualified recruits in a month gets a $500 bonus. If it includes areas under you recruits, it does need to be 15. All right, that's for the sales, sorry. And then a team sales of 10,000 net and personal, you get another $500 recruiting bonus. And if there is an area under you contributing to that, then it needs to be 15,000. So this is a bonus that many of our divisions hit on the regular, because the 10,000 is a really very normal number. It's the same number you needed to do to get there. So as you continue building, it stands to reason that you would hover in that same amount and of course, eventually start really surpassing it quite often. And when you do, that's when we start gunning for senior division leader. Senior division leader to promote, go ahead and give yourself a shout out, our senior divisions. To get there, our senior divisions did 60,000 over 2 consecutive months, and that's team and personal, along with 8 active branches and areas. And of course, when you have multiple areas on your team, or multiple branches on your team, or multiple stylists that want to be branches, that 8 really adds up pretty quickly. Honestly, when any of our senior divisions promoting to this level, the branches and the area like that, the leaders have never really been an issue. You have 2 months for them to be active. So even if one's active in February, but not March, and your months are February and March, they count. So then that moves you on up to senior division. Look at what our senior divisions earn. This is another really great increase. It's still the 40%, 45%. It's still the 15 on fashion directors, 8 on branches, 3% on areas. You earn 3% on your division. So notice that they didn't knock that down. Love that it's still 3%. But now we're looking at some weekly bonuses here. When the team, not you, but the team sells 2,500, that's an extra $100 every single week, all month long. But if you're at 5,000 for the week, it's a $200 bonus, and it goes up 300, 400, and 500. Now that's a really nice hit, especially when there's also the monthly bonuses. So a month that you have 20 qualified recruits on the team, an extra $500. A month that the team sells 15,000, another $500. Now, I should also mention that usually somewhere between this area to division promotion, pretty much all of our leaders, if not doing area and the month after, but instead doing the 2 months to division, pretty much all have earned their Mercedes car plan. The Mercedes car plan is lower than these numbers to earn. That's another $500 or $700 that divisions, pretty much all of our areas, divisions, and senior divisions are allowed, are able to earn every single month, and very often do. And then, of course, our senior divisions can move to sales vice president. Sales vice presidents promote to that level by doing 180 in personal and team net sales over the 2 months. No additional leader requirement, because frankly, you're not getting to 180 without multiple leaders, and they're not going to split hairs with you about how many you have. Just know that you need a bunch, and that's how we make it happen. The big difference between senior division and sales vice president is the weekly bonus max out. Do you see how here the most that a senior division can earn with weekly sales of $12,500 is a $500 bonus? But if you were earning that all the time, that means it's time to bump up, because look how much more you can earn in weekly bonuses. You can go up to 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1,000 in weekly bonuses with these weekly sales. And then, of course, that's going to start directing you to company vice president. The weekly activity bonus is added in. How many just people are selling 300 in that month? 50 people putting in just the 300, there's an extra 100, and so on and so forth. The weekly recruiting bonus, start 10 people in a week, $100 extra bonus, plus the Mercedes bonus, plus the monthly recruiting bonus, plus the monthly sales bonus. That's a lot of bonuses. When I sat down and had my interview with Kathy Cassidy to come in as a direct appoint, I knew the numbers that my team was doing at my former company. And I was like, oh my goodness, if only the company I was at had this comp plan, I would have been making triple what I was making at my other company. And Lord knows that and more has happened here at Park Lane. And then to go to company VP, it's 400 over the 2 months. And that's how we all got to company VP back in 2016, I think it was, that we promoted to this level. All right, so is there a level that you just saw that you want to move to? So can you please comment either stylist to branch, branch to area? Where are you now? Where do you want to go? What is your next step? Go ahead and put that in the comments. And I'm going to actually stop the screen share for a second so that we can talk about the numbers, because I sat and did the homework on some of our actual team members and how their paychecks changed as they moved up through the ranks. Okay. So once upon a time, we had a branch director on our team. On her first month as a stylist, she sold 2,119 and therefore received a paycheck of $635. Fantastic, right? Especially if she came here with an income goal of about that much, or didn't even decide on an income goal yet. And in doing her launch, I think it was her launch, and like one more booking, 2,119. So she got a $635 paycheck. Now, in her second month of business, she promoted to branch. So she was entitled now to a 5% raise on the net of her overall personal sales. So now her sales were very similar, almost to the penny, actually, her sales were that month. But instead of a $635 paycheck for that, she got an $822 paycheck. So that's kind of like doing a whole extra show, right? To go from 600 and change to 800 and change, that was a $200 extra. That's doing an extra show, but not actually doing the extra show, right? So she actually did recruit 2 people that month. So one got her to branch, and she was already one of the way to area for the next month. Now, month 2, her team sales were 1,481 net. When you added that to the 2,000 net that she sold, right there, we already saw the vision of how close she was to 5,000, because the team was 1,481 net. She was 2,000 net. That's 3,400. She had 3 people. and she was getting that close to area. Imagine adding the 2 more you need. You're going to get to area like that, right? So lots of you are branches. So many of you are branches. Please allow us to help you get over the finish line to area. Some of you have more recruits than you need to do it. Some of you have strong sales, but are missing the recruits. That means that you have the skill, whichever one of those you have a really great skill, and we just need to help fine-tune the other one to get you across that finish line so that you can make these raises. So please comment branch to area if this is something you want to start working on with your leader. Because now we're moving on to that jump in pay to the area leader. That's, remember, 40% personal, 10% on stylists, 6% on branches. So another example, I don't know how many of you are like writing these examples down, but I hope that you are, because the math is mathing, okay? So a branch in January that sold 2,358 is getting an $825 check. But in February, promoted to area. In that month, sold 3,635, and the team sold 5,146 because she had people that just recently joined, plus the launch parties of those extra 2, right? That's 10% of that. So $825 is the commission on her personal sales. 1,450 was earned on team sales, plus $514. That is $1,964, double what she earned the month before. Double. Look how quick she went from $635 paycheck to almost $2,000 in a 2-month period, 2 to 3 month period. It's a lot of money, you guys. I really want you to think about that if that's the where you're hovering now. So each month, are you earning like a couple of $100s? Let's get you to a couple of $1,000. And I'm sharing these real world numbers so that you know that I'm not just like plucking this off of some weird grid. I went to our stats as a team and pulled numbers from actual people. All right, so let's talk about area to division, because this is another big jump, and we have a bunch of you that are areas with the skills and the numbers to get to division. Is it recruiting we need to work on a little, or is it sales? Let's look at it. Last month, we had a division that sold 7,318 at 45%. That's a $3,293 check. So do you notice how, as you promote in level, your skills get better? You do more $1,000 shows. You do more shows, period. You get more bookings because your confidence is growing. You are in a group chat with leaders that are constantly sharing additional ideas with each other. You're trying more new things. You're getting braver in the stuff that you didn't want to try. Like, I don't know if I should do a Super Bowl pool. Now you're saying yes to the Super Bowl pool. All of these things are things that make you get better, right? Now, also, I feel like when your check is going up that high, it's more motivation, right? You're like, oh my gosh, if I do another show, that could be another $300-400 in my paycheck, right? So her team sold 12,073 in that same month. All right, so if we average it out that the override is 10%, because it's going to be people she earned 15, and then people that she earned 10 or 8, so we'll average it at 10. That's a $1,200 override on the team. That's an extra $4,500 in pay. But let's look at the extras. She did not get the recruiting bonus, but she did get the sales bonus because the sales bonus is at 10,000. She had 12,000. That's another $500. So in that month, which is just even a couple of months after she promoted to area, she earned a $5,000 paycheck. A $5,000 paycheck. This is somebody who started as a stylist at 30%. Now, if a stylist at 30% sold 7,318 like this division, that's still a $2,000 check. All right, we are not mad about a $2,000 check. But I think we can all agree that a $5,000 check is better than a $2,000 check. By now, this person was also a Mercedes achiever. So that was another 500. So the check actually wasn't 5,000. That check was $5,500 as a division. So are you catching the vision of how rapidly this comp plan can benefit you and your family? I want you to understand that every part of this comp plan is for you. It's not just for somebody else. It's not for somebody who's, here longer or is better at selling or is better at recruiting or is younger or is older or is prettier or is skinnier or is heavier. No, it is for every single person on this team. Why not you? Why can't it be you looking at the bottom part of your current comp plan and saying, yes, I am going for that. I am going to reach out to my leader and work on that. I have a whole bunch of recruits that, let's say, I'm still talking as you hypothetically. I have a whole bunch of recruits that I haven't even launched yet. What's the potential that could happen to me if I launched all those recruits? Some of you out there have 2, 3, 4, and 5 recruits not launched yet. For almost everyone, that's a promotion. Or a Mercedes bonus, or a Mercedes qualification, or a weekly bonus, or a sales bonus. There are so many things that could do for you. It can be all of your trip recruits. And you'd be set to now focus on continuing working with those recruits for the rest of the trip, accumulating points for you and your personal business. What's holding you back? You don't have to answer that out loud if you don't want to. But ask yourself, what is holding you back? Because whatever it is, we want to help you work through that because this is for you. It is for you. So with that, take a look at that comp plan. Where do you want to go? Send a message right now to your leader, to your recruiter. If you have launch parties that you need assistance with, let's get them going. Reach out to your leader about that. If you're not sure who's supposed to be doing the launch parties of the people you recruited, reach out to me and I'll help figure it out, or I'll do it with you, or whatever it's going to take. But this comp plan is for you. It is so rich. There is so much money to be made here. I want you to understand, if you've ever said, I wish I was rich, you can be. You work in a place that can make you rich. And I know this because I wasn't somebody who had the income I have now before I came to Park Lane. I never drove a Mercedes. I never took my family out for a dinner that cost $500. I never was able to do weekly raffles for my team that help build businesses. I didn't give away 100 designer purses over the course of a year. That is stuff I never did at my old company, but I can do it here, and you can too. So have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to your reach outs, and I look forward to seeing you earning more money here at Park Lane. Bye, everybody.